Hey y'all, I'm Jen and this is Sassy Southern Incy Girl, and I would like to share what I've been working on for hashtag Artisan Journal Prompt 2024, which is an open collaboration that is hosted by Life with Patty, and we are actually on week 9 this week, but I've been playing catch up, and so I'm going to show you guys weeks 1 through 5, and then I will do 6, 7, 8, and 9 later this week because I'm still working on week 6. I just started week 7, and then I have to do those two. So I've been working on this a little bit every day when I come home from work, and so I'm actually proud of myself to have caught up so fast because I literally just found this collab last week or the week before, and it can be very overwhelming when you're trying to catch up. But this is so fun. I had to do this. Okay. So week 1, we had to do an intro. Week 2, we had to do something with photos. Week 3 was stickers, and these are the prompts. Week 4 was winter. Week 5 was quote, quotes, or Bible verse. Week 6 is Valentine. Week 7, scrap paper. Week 8, something that makes you happy. And week 9, watercolors. Okay, so this, if you guys remember, is the planner that I was using at the beginning of the year. This is a big happy planner, and it's ring bound. And so for January and February, I used this as my planner. Well, I decided, well, I was going to use it as like a journal, but then this came along and it ended up being perfect. It's going to be almost exactly perfect. I think I might have a couple of extra pages at the end, but it's going to work out amazing. So what I did is I made me a little tab because I need to finish planning. But I made me a little tab here that says hashtag Artisan Journal Prompt 2024 so that I know where to go for the start. Okay. So here's the start of my thing, and I'm going to bring y'all down just a little so you can see. Okay. And so for the prompt, the intro, the week 1 prompt, which was intro, it could be 1 page, but she wants all the other pages, if you can, to be 2 pages. And now if you can't, or it's like too overwhelming, she said 1 page is fine. But I got plenty of pages in here to do 2 pages. I made sure. So basically, what I did for my page was I just put some things about me, things I like. So, this is my logo that I use when I send stuff out, and it's Sassy Southern Incy Girl, and it's the state of North Carolina. So for those of you that don't know, I was born and raised in North Carolina until I was in my 30s. And then my husband got stationed in Colorado, and so I moved away from home for the first time ever. So no matter where I live, that will always be my home. And I will always at some point want to get back there. So there's that. I love Paris. For those of you that don't know, I've been 3 times. It is my favorite place on earth. It's tied with the beach, any beach, which leads me to rather be at the beach. Summer is my favorite. I love gnomes, bees, and sunflowers, and this had all 3. So this was a little vinyl sticker that I thought was adorable. I love Jesus. I'm a Christian. And this is the Bible verse, God is within her. She will not fall. Psalms 46:5. Have it tattooed on my arm. Love that Bible verse. And we'll talk more about that later. I love butterflies. I love mermaids. I love all things patriotic and Americana. 4th of July is my favorite holiday, which goes back to summer being my favorite. Dogs are greater than people. I love my dog Jack, and my circle is very, very small. My favorite color is green, so I'd used a green metallic pen, and this just says I'm Jen. I'm an Army wife, mama to 5. I have 2 boys and 3 girls. And this is a hashtag mom life sticker with camo. I like celestial moons and stars. So I have this really pretty floral moon here. And then hashtag dog mom life, my Morky Jack. And this is a mom with little, in her glasses, or little puppy paws. And then I did 4th of July washi down at the bottom. And then the second week was photos. So I will say that when I was doing this, and then when I was watching everybody else's, I felt like maybe I did mine wrong. And I mean, I know there's no wrong way in crafting, but I feel like the purpose of this is to be kind of creative and do, you know, maybe some things you've never tried before. But I also want it to be a journal. So for my pictures, I wanted it to kind of be, there's no way I could fit all of my favorite pictures on here, but I put some of my favorites. And then I tried to put where they were, just so I could remember. I have the year on a couple of them, but for most of them, I don't really know what year. But this is like my family, my kids, my mom, my dad. My dad passed away. My mom, my sisters, and my puppy on here somewhere. I thought I did. I guess not. Oh no, he's here. He's in some of the pictures. So yeah, that's what I did there. So this was my oldest son's graduation. This is when my youngest daughter got her driver's license. This is when we brought Jack home. This is my oldest daughter and her boyfriend at one of my youngest son's soccer games. This was me and my husband and the two youngest in Germany. This was in Germany. This was when my youngest two were little. This is in North Carolina, Valley Crucis at Mass General Store in the mountains of North Carolina. This is in Paris. This was in Paris, different year. This was 2015. This was 2018. Let's see. This was in Colorado. This is in Nashville. Me and my oldest son and my youngest son, my two sons and my youngest daughter went to a soccer game. This is me and my husband at a hockey game in North Carolina. This is me and my husband when we first got together at a Coldplay concert in Raleigh, North Carolina. This is my middle daughter's college graduation. And this was me and my 4 of my kids at Thanksgiving this past year. So I love that. Okay, so the week 3 was stickers. And I kind of struggled with this. But it ended up working, and I ended up really liking what I did. So I put scrapbook paper down underneath both pages. I took a pink doily and cut it in half and put a piece of it here and a piece of it here. And then this was a sticker pack I got from Michael's. They're recollection stickers. I don't know when I got them or why, because it's not really my vibe, but I feel like I had gotten it for a reason and then just never used it for what I bought it for, is what I'm guessing. But it's Wild Child, good vibes. There's a lot of peace signs, peace, love, music. All good things are wild and free, free spirit. And I just thought this went really, really well together. And then over here, I went with the spring gnome stickers from Hobby Lobby. They're the clear ones. And I really like this. I used some scrap paper and added that on here. This is some kind of fibrous paper that I had in my stash, and I just think it's the coolest thing ever. This was a table runner that I bought on Amazon as a roll, and I use it in my projects. And then I put the stickers down, and then this is a strip of Jimmy stickers in lime green, and I love how this came out. And then, so what did I say? I was going to week 5. Okay, so week 4 is winter. And so for this one, again, I didn't get super creative, maybe a little bit. I did it more of like a scrapbook. Yeah, so for the picture stuff, I did it more of like a scrapbook, I guess. But this says, even though I was born in December, I am definitely not a winter girl. Summer is my favorite season, and July 4th is my favorite holiday. However, I have lived several places as an Army wife that had cold and snowy winters. I must say it could be very beautiful. So I added photos from those places so I could remember the times I tolerated winter. So these 2 pictures up here, and I kind of messed up because I'd already stuck this down. So I drew little arrows up to that and then an arrow to that. Okay, so I call this the snowpocalypse of January 2016. This was in Silver Spring, Maryland, or Wheaton. My husband was stationed at Walter Reed in Bethesda, but they did not have military housing there. So we lived in an apartment complex, and I called this Snowpocalypse 2016. We got almost 3 feet of snow, 29.2 inches. The storm was categorized as a blizzard. It was the most snow I've ever seen in my life, and that is true. This is my old car. I had a Honda Pilot, and the snow was all the way above the door handle. It was crazy. It took my husband forever to dig my car out. And my kids are over here, my 2 youngest are over here building a snowman. This one, oh, and I put a baby it's cold outside sticker there. And then I also put these shimmery silver snowflakes. And then this is Hello Winter. I just thought that looked really pretty. They were clear stickers that came in this winter kit from Hobby Lobby. Excuse me. This picture here is from our first duty station at Fort Carson, Colorado. And this was snow in October 2009. So we moved there in May of 2008. I was 5 months pregnant. Yeah, I was 5 months pregnant with my youngest. And this was the following October. So we'd been there for a little over a year when the snow happened. But I believe it snowed the first Halloween we were there too, but maybe not. It was definitely still snowing in May when we moved there. You could see snow on the top of Pikes Peak. On this side is when we moved to Germany. So these 4 pictures here, this picture, and these 2 are all Germany. So we moved to Germany in November 2017. It was a huge change for me. However, when it snowed, it was really beautiful. So we lived out in the economy in a little village called Rosenkopf in Germany. And oh, it was so pretty. There were trees. It was just gorgeous when it snowed. The last Christmas we were there, December 2020, we spent a week in the Bavarian Alps, which is these 2 pictures here. We stayed at Edelweiss Lodge and Resort in Garmisch-Partenkirchen. It snowed while we were there, and it was really beautiful. 2 of the photos are from that trip, and 2 are from the house we lived in Rosenkopf. So this is my puppy in the snow. He loves the snow. Oh my goodness. And then this was the backyard of our house. And then this was the resort we stayed at, and you can see the Bavarian Alps. Oh, it's so beautiful. And this was just a picture I took on the way to that trip. And then this sticker says, "Snowflakes are kisses from heaven." And then these 3 pictures are actually from the snow that we had in January of this year. So we moved to the Kentucky-Tennessee border to Fort Campbell, Kentucky in August 2021. So these are a little out of order. So what I meant to do was put the Colorado one up here and then put the Maryland stuff here. But I wasn't going to mess it up. So it worked out. We usually get 1 to 2 good snows, which I'm used to from being born and raised in North Carolina. We had a decent snow in January 2024. The kids were out of school from January 16th through the 19th due to snow, ice, and cold. So we actually had that Monday, the 15th off for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and then my kids were out the whole rest of the week. The photo on the left is Jack out in the snow. That's my puppy. And the ones below are my car in the driveway and our front yard. And then lastly for this video is week 5. So week 5 was quote, quotes, or Bible verse. And when I originally was going to do this, you guys, I was really going to just put scrapbook paper down and then put like printouts of like all my favorite quotes, or as many as I could fit. But I decided to try to be a little more artistic. I really didn't though, because I did not draw this, y'all. But I was a little creative, okay? So I'm going to get better at this, but I'm also running short on time. So there's that. So I found this sticker on Google photo or images in Google, and it was half of a sunflower, this one, and then it had this Bible verse on the other side. So what I did is I enlarged it and I printed it out, and then I painted it in the yellow with gold Wink of Stella, and then I went over it with matte Mod Podge, so that, because Wink of Stella comes off, if y'all don't know, when you rub your hand over it. And so I always try to Mod Podge it so it doesn't rub off, but you can still see it. And I think it turned out beautifully. I don't know if you can see the sparkle, but it's just gorgeous. So this is yellow scrapbook paper. I glued that down, but it looks like it's part of the page. I think it's so pretty. And I will be honest, underneath here, I tried to alcohol ink in yellow, and either I'm doing something wrong or it just will not work on this cardstock, because it looked like a 5-year-old did it. So I covered it with this paper. I did put a little bit of green washi down here just because I messed up something down there. This is a vinyl sticker that was on a package that somebody sent me, and it goes with the sunflowers, and it says, "In a world full of roses, be a sunflower." These are little puffy heart stickers that I got from somewhere, and I just put them down to fill in space and like for texture, because I kind of like doing that. But this is the Bible verse, "God is within her, she will not fall." Psalm 46:5. It's my very favorite Bible verse. And even though a lot of people misinterpret it as like for individual people, like, you know, like God is within me, so I won't fall. And I do look at it that way some, but really it was about Jerusalem, like the city and the people as a whole, and not just an individual. But I think it was Jerusalem. But anyway, I wrote, "Our hope is in God alone. In the storms of this life, he is right beside us. Not only is he present, he is strong. He can and will rescue us. We worship him because he is good. God can do this even when I fail. He will not." So that is my Bible. I did a Bible verse, obviously. And I really love how this came out, even though I didn't paint it or draw it or do anything artistic. I love my pages so far. So I have one more thing I want to add for Valentine's. I started week 7, which is the scrap paper, something that makes you happy. I'm still trying to figure out, and I am going to watercolor on week 9. But I haven't decided what I want to watercolor yet. I hadn't decided if I want to put print something and paint and watercolor it, or if I want to stamp something and watercolor it, or if I want to get a coloring page and watercolor. I don't know what I want to do. But at any rate, thank you so much, Patty, for hosting this. I am having such a good time doing this, even though it has been very time consuming for me because I'm so far behind. But I wanted to catch up because I hate starting stuff and not doing all of it. But basically what I'm doing is on the pages, because they look like a planner. I'm putting a piece of, so I bought this 110-pound cardstock, and I cut it down so that I can cover the page. And so I'm gluing one of these onto every single page, well, until I run out. And then when I run out of that, I guess I would just use regular cardstock. But I'm doing that so that, like, if I want to paint, or like here I use Sharpie, it won't go through, oops, to the other page. And so that's why I'm doing that. And it's making my pages, you know, thicker. And because this is rings, I can let this get a little chunky. Like, I have to be careful because look, it's already it's already getting a little chunky. I have a feeling this is going to get super chunky before I'm done, but that's okay. I'll just pop a belly band on it because I'm definitely keeping it. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I'll be back later this week to finish up, and then on Sunday morning, Patty will announce week 10's prompt, and I'll be all caught up, so I won't be struggling. I'll see you guys in the next one. And remember, do something every day that will inch you closer to a better tomorrow. Bye, y'all.